It was a custody court nightmare that ended in the worst possible tragedy. A 2-year-old boy murdered by his father. What's more outrageous, his death could have been prevented. Gina Silva to explain what happened.
Well, this is a case where the mother tried to warn the judge. She tried to warn the police and social workers that her son was being abused by his dad. But she says instead of helping, the judge threatened to take the child away from her for reporting the abuse.
This was my child that was getting hurt.
Andrea Gallegos says her 3-year-old son Isaac was coming home with terrible bruises, always after trips to his father Alex. Andrea and Alex were in a custody dispute over Isaac, so she took her fears to the judge, John M. Pacheco, along with photos of the bruising.
I even said I fear for my son's life. In tears, I was crying. Because this is my son, this is not something just to take lightly. This is a life. This is the child. And I just wish he would have gave Isaac a chance. He would have been alive if he would have just looked at the pictures and did an investigation.
According to court documents, the judge told her she was overreacting. Then she says he threatened her.
If I continue to act this way, Isaac will be completely taken from me. He would be taken from me and given to the father.
He silenced Andrea, so the next time he came home bruised, we didn't know what to do.
8 months later, Isaac was dead, murdered by Alex, now in prison for the crime. The judge, John Pacheco, refused to discuss the case, but a court official says the judge was just following the parents' mediation agreement. Andrea's family is outraged.
Isaac could be alive today if he would have made a different decision. He's dead because of the judge.
Isaac's death is more than one isolated tragedy. We found a series of child homicides linked to family courts. Judges warned, mothers ignored, children murdered.
Take my heart.
Toys and balloons decorate the casket of 9-year-old Matthew Hernandez. His mother, Jessica, devastated. She says she warned the family court that the father, Philip Hernandez, was dangerous, but the judge wouldn't listen. Prosecutors say Philip took a hatchet to Matthew while he slept.
The murder of Matthew Hernandez.
Behind bars awaiting trial, Philip has pleaded not guilty to the charges of murdering his son. Kathleen Russell has been studying child murders in family court cases.
We have documented over 100 cases where there was a custody matter involved in a father going and killing the children.
He had no business having any children in his custody.
Alicia Mercedes-Ann says Alicia's father, Mark, was an ex-con with a long criminal history. But a judge still gave him custody of the 14-year-old.
He got out of prison and fought for custody, and he got custody.
Alicia was found buried in her dad's backyard. Police found Mark at a meth lab in Los Angeles. He has pleaded not guilty to murder, rape, and 50 more counts of horrific crimes against his daughter. He is headed back to court next month. Child after child, Wyatt Garcia, Madeline Simone Faye, Jack and Duncan Lichtenberg. Why would judges ignore the warnings that might have saved these kids' lives? Child abuse expert Linda Bernard thinks she has the answer.
They go in with the assumption that someone's making it up in order to gain favor for a custody situation.
She says she sees it all the time.
They say if you continue to make these allegations, we're going to take your child away from you.
Exactly what the judge told Andrea.
I was terrified.
Andrea says she will never understand how a judge could be so callous.
He should have took the time to see, to look at the pictures, and just give my son a chance. Because I was telling the truth and I wanted help.
Judge Pacheco is no longer in family court, but he is still behind the bench in civil court. The family has filed a complaint with the Commission of Judicial Performance.